Hello, welcome to the YouTube channel of DCC NIT-A. I am Shorojyoti Karmakar and you are watching editorial for Codeforces round 972 division 2. It is problem number C named Bitwise balancing. The problem statement is you are given three non-negative integers b, c and d. Please find a non-negative integer a belongs to closed interval 0, 2 to the power 61 such that a or b minus a and c equals d, where bitwise or and bitwise and denote their bitwise operations respectively. If such an A exists, print its value. If there is no solution, print a single integer minus 1. If there are multiple solutions, print any of them. So it is a simple bitwise operation problem. We can start by converting the numbers B, C and D into their binary forms and calculate the number A bitwise with respect to each of the bits, each of the bitwise columns of B, C and D. For that, we can start by making a truth table for A, B, C and D. So this is the truth table for A, B, C and D following this expression. If A is 1, B is 1, C is 1, D is 0. If A is 1, B is 1, C is 0, then D will be 1. And similarly, the values for rest of the combinations are also given here. Now, you can notice that we aren't given A. A A is not given to us. We are only given B, C, and D. Therefore, we'll take values from these three columns and we'll have to calculate or output the value for this column. So, for values 1, 1, 0 for B, C, D respectively, the value for A should be 1. Similarly, if B is 1, C is 0, D is 1, then the value for A should be 1. If B is 0, C is 1, D is 0, the value should be 1 for A. If the bit for B is 0, bit for C is 0, bit for D is 1, the value for A should be 1. And remember that we are not calculating the whole number at once. We are just going bitwise here. You can notice that for BCD 101, it is repeated again here. See, 101, 101. For one case, the value for A is 1, and for another case, the value for A is 0. There is another one such pair, which is 010 and 010. In this pair as well, the value for A can be either 1 or 0. I am going with 0 as there is a constant given, and if you go with the lower value, the chances of extending that constant is lower. You can also go with 1, it won't exceed the constraint. I went with 0 during the contest for good measure. Now, I have stored all these values in a Python dictionary or map. Here you can see if B is 1, C is 1 and D is 0, the bit for A should return 1. If bit for B is 0, bit for C is 0 and bit for D is 1, it should return bit 1 for A. If B is 1, C is 1, D is 1, A should be the bit for A should be 0. And similarly, the rest are also given here. So now start by taking the input list. Now we have almost solved the problem. We can now take the inputs and return the outputs. So So in my Python program here, I have taken the inputs B, C, and D and converted them into their binary forms using this lambda function I defined. It takes BCD, splits it, and converts the value BCD into their binary forms. And each of these binary forms are stored in strings. Now, take the example 10, 2, and 14. The binary of 10 would be 1, 0, 1, 0. The binary for 2 would be 1, 0. And the binary for 14 would be 1, 1, 1, 0. It will confirm once. It is 8 plus 4. 8 plus 8 plus 2, 10. 2, 10. 8 plus 4 plus 2, 14. Okay. Now, the first value 1010 has a length of 4 digits. It is 4 digits. 2 has 2 digits and 14 has 4 digits. Let's convert 2 into 4 digit as well by putting zeros here. Now we can calculate the value for A using these bits column wise. Column this column 1 for bit 1, column 2, column 3, and column 4. Here, if B is 1, C is 0, and D is 1, it should return 0 here. For 1, 0, 1, it should return 0. It should return 0. For 001, it should return 1. For 111, it should return 0. And for 000, it should return 0. So the output, so the number A, so the value of A is 0100, which when converted to decimal form, it becomes 4. So 4 is a solution of 10 to 14. 12 is another solution. If instead of 0 for 101, if we had written 1, which was another possibility, but we didn't consider it this time, then it would have been 12. 12 is another solution. And now let's go to the next example, the previous example, example number 2. Example 2, 4, 2, and 6. 1, 1, 1, 0. Put here 0. And now we can calculate A column wise. For 101, for 101, it should be 0. For 011, for 011, see that there is no solution for 011. Therefore, there cannot be any number found for A. And as there is no solution, the output should be -1. So this is what I have done with my code. Here I have taken BCD, managed their length, and made an array result. If you are doing in C++, you can go with string as well, but in Python, string is immutable. That's why I have to take list, and for each column I will append the result in this list. Now I have and for index I from 0 to the max length minus 1 x bi y ci z di t equals x plus y plus z. So if bi is 1, x is 1, y is 0, and z is suppose 1. And remember that these are strings. These values are stored in strings. So when you concatenate them, and when you concatenate them, you get 1, 0, 0. You get this string 1, 0, 0. Now this is stored in T. I will now search if this value T is inside this map. If it is there, I should append the calculated value in this list result. Otherwise, result would be -1 and I have to break the loop. Then I printed the output, and that's the solution. Thank you for watching. More exciting editorials would be uploaded soon.